Johnny has picked the first scene, which we're going to be watching, which is actually just the opening montage, is that right?
Yes, it's literally the opening montage of like the characters and everything being introduced.
We'll go to Chicago to show our solidarity and our disgust, but most importantly,
to get laid by someone you just met.
Okay, so I just think this bit is really, really clever because it's just in terms of writing more than anything else. In terms of like, it's giving you genuine instances where you've got these characters in situations that they would be. It's not like they're sitting down essentially at the camera explaining what's happening, you know? They're giving you different elements of what's going on from their perspective and what's important to them. So not only is it informing the story, building the world for you a little bit, because, you know, we weren't all alive in the 70s, but it's also really heavily informing the characters and the people that you're going to be watching.
It also does a really good job of kind of like, we need this setup, right? Like, it's not the MCU where we're going to get a movie for each person so we can live their backstory and all that stuff. So it does it in a way that's really succinct. It's still really entertaining. I actually really like the sequence as well. It's one of my least favorite sequences that any movie does ever. Like the opening of Suicide Squad, when she just puts down a binder and then just goes, this is the character, this is how you feel about them.
This is it's exposition, it's bullshit exposition.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But if you're going to do an exposition scene, this is how you do it.
For whom, sir?
The All-Star team.
Abby Hoffman, Tom Hayden, Jerry Rubin, Dave Dellinger, Rennie Davis, Lee Weiner, John Froines, and Bobby Seale.
There's no place to be right now but in it.
But Fry the pig, Dr. King
is dead. He has a dream. Well, now he has a fucking bullet in his head. Martin's dead, Malcolm's dead, Mega's dead, Bobby's dead, Jesus is dead. They tried it peacefully. We gonna try something else.
I was gonna say, that line needs to go down in fucking history. Like, Martin's dead, Malcolm's dead, Jesus is dead. They tried it peacefully, we're gonna try it somewhere another way. Yeah. Like, that's beautiful. That's one of those moments where it's just like I imagine that actor getting that piece of writing and just being that dialogue and just being like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna deliver the heck out of this.
What we saw were population centers, schoolhouses, pagodas, women and children. And that's American napalm.
One of the things that this film does on a very regular basis, and I really, really like it, is splicing in the old footage with the current day footage. You know, he's not reinvented the wheel with this, but he's taken the context of it now and said, well, look, these are things that have happened. We're not kind of spitballing, making this up as we go here. And it also does it nicely with moments like a typewriter when he was discussing how to make a bomb. It then spliced it in with like how promiscuity and all these buzzwords that had to do with the character,
radical left and all that kind of thing. Yeah. It's all building a picture in your head of like what is happening at the moment, what's like the situation surrounding it, and who these people are. Like, yeah, it's great.
Doing all right? Sure.
Come on in.
Two things are going on right here. The first, for me, is that they are setting these guys up to be antagonists brilliantly. Because you've got like that really fast-paced, fun intro with all the, you know, protagonists getting into it, and then all of a sudden the pace just zoom, and the energy is kind of like pulled out a little bit. It sets these guys up as, you know, the starchy, boring, you know, like the government. The other thing I wanted to say actually is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's doing a really good job of playing against type in this. Yeah. He's normally, you know, a super creative guy, or, you know, that kind of like kitsch dude or whatever, and he's really playing a character right now that is just against everything he's ever played, and I think he's doing it fantastically.
Yeah, 100%. And there's another thing that happens to Levitt's character throughout, where everyone else is permitted to speak full sentences except for him.
Behavior, I suppose, something that would rise to the level.
You think you and your boss?
Ramsey Clark was dead set against.
Ramsey Clark doesn't.
Civil rights activists.
I know why it was.
Personally or in terms.
Personally.
One thing that I really love about this scene, and it's one of the reasons why I picked it, is the power play that's happening just from the way that people are staged. So you have this guy who's behind this huge desk, and then you've got Robert Schultz. He's kind of positioned between this trifecta of command. You've got this guy who's sat right in front of you, who's loud, he's obnoxious, and in the background you've got this kind of whispering voice that just pipes up every now and then with stuff that's not that helpful. And then you've got your boss on his right hand side, who isn't really helpful. He's not really backing up anything that his character is saying. So already you have this like three-pronged attack.
Absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to bring up as well is that we're back to that kind of like rhythmic speech. Like if you notice, like it bounces between the characters, and you could literally set a metronome to the way that they are talking to each other. If you go to the theatre or something like that, you will see dialogue like this. Aaron Sorkin's a playwright, and this is what he does, and it's fantastic. The benefit of that is that you are keeping the audience engaged. It's a constant kind of tennis match between the actors, and people are listening to what they're saying because this dialogue is so important. The actors are allowing the dialogue to inform their characters. Attorney General behind the desk, he can have fun because he's, you know, first of all, like you said, he knows he's in a position of power, but also he's got these big kind of rambling lines where he's calling people pricks. He's saying this guy's an asshole, you know, and like, so he knows that he can go a little bit overboard with it and he can have some fun. Whereas Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like, yeah, I need to keep this professional and I need to, and yeah, it's a great way of, it's a credit to both the writing and the instincts of the actors. Okay guys, so that was us reviewing and reacting to the trial of the Chicago 7. As Ben said at the beginning of the video, we are going to be doing the best videos on Netflix of 2020. So if you want to see more and you enjoyed what you saw today, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Get together, watch it, but not in lockdown. Alright guys, it's been lovely reacting, and I hope to see you again soon.